During this course, you learned a lot about database management system, and at this stage you know almost whatever you need to get started and handle the job, and I'm really proud of you about that. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about security and specifically backup and the tools and strategies that you need to know about. As you know, data and information is the main part of any application and website, and it's critical to have a good backup strategy behind your schedule so you can keep everything safe. If the data is gone, the whole application and environment is useless. So, in this video, we'll be talking about some tools and logics that you can use to keep this data safe and have regular backups of your database. The first option that I want to talk to you about is the one that you are already seeing on the screen. It's called mysqldump, and it's a command line tool that you can execute on your terminal. You can type mysqldump and then username and password and then name the backup file, and by executing the command, MySQL server will take the backup for you. It's very used by database managers to take the backups manually, and it's very easy to use as well. You don't even need to be logged into the server as you're giving the username and password. Another option is taking physical backups. As you saw in the previous videos, we have MySQL directory as the main directory of our MySQL installation. On Linux system, it's inside var/lib/mysql, and inside this MySQL directory, you will have subdirectories that represent the databases. If you have, for example, 10 databases created on the server, you will have 10 subdirectories under this MySQL directory that represent the databases. And inside those subdirectories, you will have files that represent the tables and also the settings of that database. So if you copy the main MySQL directory and save it somewhere, it means that you have already all the data on your MySQL server. So this is the way that you can easily copy and paste and create a backup of the whole MySQL server. A good idea that eases our process a lot is using the automation tools of operating systems to create scheduled backups, and it's done by, for example, using cron jobs on Linux and Unix systems and the task scheduler on Windows machines. We can use these automation tools to create scheduled backups, and the schedule will take backups for us between the periods that we mention for it. We can do it minutely, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, or in whatever period that we're interested in. So this is a very handy option to pass the task to machines and ease our projects. They say do good to see good. It's not accurate always, but in case of machines and 0 and 1, it mostly works. So let's talk about the best practices that you need to have in mind for your backup strategy. Let's say that you have set the cron job backup schedule for your machine. You have stored all the previous backups. You have everything in place and set, but you're not monitoring anything. And during this, if some problem happens with some services, with some applications, and you're not aware of it, the same problem will happen. The backup will be broken, the data will be lost. So it's very important to have a regular monitoring over the procedures and over the processes that you design for your backup logic. Also, we all have heard that no application is 100% secured, and the bad news is that's true. So if we have the backups, not only the database backups, but every type of important files that we don't want anybody else to have access to, if we keep them somewhere offline, for example on a hard drive, on a flash disk that is not connected to any machine or internet, it's a good idea to select that tool to keep our data safe. This way we ensure that nobody else has access to it. One of the common reasons that people face problem losing data and not having backups is laziness. I want you to not be from those people and take backups and take this subject as serious as possible. When you're under attack or you've already lost some data, it's not time to think about it anymore. When you have time, when you are working, when everything's fine, take your backups and also backups of those backups and do this backups after 10 other versions of the backups that you have taken. So I cannot emphasize it enough. Just I want you to take it as serious as you can. The other important subject to have in mind is having a monitoring system on over your backup strategy, backup process. If you can write automated tests, if you can set alerts for the backup process, so when something goes wrong or backup is failed, you will be alerted and you can proceed with resolving the problem. It's very important to have such monitoring system over your schedules. Another good idea is taking incremental backups. Let's say that you have an application that has daily updates. Every day, new information is stored in the database. If you're taking incremental backups, you're taking backups of the new information that are inserted only. So, since the file size is smaller, the backup process will be done faster, and also you will need much less storage to store the backup files. And these were the tools, the logics, and the concepts behind the backup and the strategies for that I wanted to talk to you about in this lecture.